that feeling where you don't know what you're gonna do. That moment when you think, well, I think I might end up homeless. Hi everyone. Yes, so I realize this video is kind of weird, it's very vulnerable. I wanted to include that because that's not the spirit of this video that I want to portray and to have you watch, but I think it's also important to express vulnerability. What you saw is like what I was feeling. It was a hard time. So I just wanted to share a little bit about what happened. Now, if you saw my previous video, the I'm moving to Hawaii video, then you'll know what I was originally doing in Hawaii. If you haven't watched that, just watch it right here and then come back to this. Some people had told me this, they're like, what? Your video made it seem like so much fun, that you're having a great time. And while that video wasn't like a lie, that was from the weekend, and I had a great time with Kat and Clark and Jason, and that was a great couple days from when I filmed that. So I just wanted to say that I wasn't trying to deceive anyone, but I also don't normally share every time I have a hard time or something's not the best. I mean, I am usually determined to make something into a positive experience, even if it's rather difficult to. Okay, so here's the story.
So, when I first got there to the farm, it was interesting. Obviously, Hans is a weird dude, and it kind of slowly just progressed to the point where he just didn't respect us.
It kind of almost became like a safety issue.
Because when you first meet a person, even Hans, he treated you okay, but the more we got to know him, the more his personality came out. It was pretty dehumanizing the way he would treat you. He has a really big problem with micromanaging, and so over the couple weeks that I was there, that stuff kind of just built up to be unbearable and hard to work with.
I just felt like he didn't respect any of us and didn't have any safety concerns for us at all or appreciate us as people, so it was kind of a hostile environment to live in.
Mostly seeing how he disrespected the people around me, especially Jason, how he treated him like shit. And so that was a big factor in leaving as well, is how he disrespected other people and dehumanized them.
What made me want to leave was when he hit a parked car with his car.
The incident with the car where he backed into someone's car.
After we repeatedly told him to stop, and he still backed up into it. It's kind of hard to hit a parked car.
You yelled like 4 times at him to stop, and for some reason he just didn't. And then right after that, he backed into the tree, and he was blaming everyone around him, except himself.
He didn't take accountability for it.
And I think that quality that he displayed so evidently there, just the inability to take responsibility for his own actions, is pretty related to how he treats people and how he makes you feel as well. You just feel shitty when you're around him. So obviously you don't want to be there for very long, so that's why I left.
So all that was just a scary time. Time is of the essence. I have to leave ASAP. I cannot stay here one more day. About where am I gonna go and how am I gonna get anywhere? I was getting so desperate and I didn't know what to do. So I called this church and I'm like, hey, I'm in this bad situation. I need help. Oh man, I felt so embarrassed. But then he was like, hey, I'm gonna get someone who is gonna be able to pick you up tomorrow morning and bring you to church. I was like, are you kidding me? That's all I need is like to get down because the buses don't go on Sundays, so I was like stuck. The miracle lady, Tina, I have her in my phone as Tina Lifesaver. She's like, "Hi, my name's Tina, I can pick you up tomorrow." I was like, what? So much relief. But then towards the end of that Saturday, I was like getting really freaked out still, because I'm like, even if I get picked up or whatever, like what am I gonna do? We get to church, and then I talked to this lady named Angie. She is miracle lady number 2, and she's like, I might know someone, let me get back to you. And then Tina finds a hostel for me. It was really expensive, but I had nothing else I could do. But she could tell. She's like, "Are you gonna be okay?" Because by that time I was like, oh my gosh. And then I'm able to Skype my parents. My wonderful, wonderful parents. Guys, I was crying to them and talking to them for an hour, and not once did they make me feel stupid or ashamed or like a failure. On the contrary, they said they were proud of me. Like, what? And they said I was brave. Said I was brave for like not giving up and for staying in Hawaii, because I could just like fly home, but for some reason I don't think I'm supposed to. I think I'm supposed to like stick it out here for a little bit. I don't know. Ugh. Okay, so while I was Skyping, I got a text from miracle lady number 2, Angie, and she's like, yes, I know this lady who specifically rents out to YWAM girls. What? Because I've done YWAM, I did a DTS in Australia. That is when Cherie gets introduced. She's miracle lady number 3. She's like, yeah, I have a space, and I call her and we get it figured out, and basically all these like little miracles happened. It's just like crazy because I'm renting now. I'm renting a little home in Hawaii, and all of a sudden I had like just like normal life to do. That's my journey to get into a stable situation. It was just really scary for a while because I legit thought I was gonna be homeless. But what I wanted to say was that throughout all that, like, this is me seeing only what I can see and seeing all this like stuff happening. But then you see these 3 miracle people are happening all around me, and like God was just like moving all these things to work out for me without me even knowing that it was happening. And to me, that's insane. I'm just blown away by how much God was taking care of me during that time, and still is. On one hand, I could be ashamed of the farm not working out, but I'm not. I'm really not, and like no one can make me ashamed of that. I am proud of the fact that I left, because what that is saying is that I respect myself enough to get myself out of an unhealthy situation, and saying, no, there's no need for me to be treated like this. That is not right, and so I'm gonna leave. So I'm very glad I did, and maybe it can be encouraging to anyone who's in a somewhat similar situation where someone is just treating you wrongly. You don't need to be subjected to that. I've already dealt with that before in my life. I have no more room for it anymore, and I'm just not going to tolerate being treated like that, and neither should you.
Like, how do you feel now that you're out of there?
I feel so much better. It's been so great since leaving there. Even though we haven't found a good apartment yet, I still am super happy to be away.
If there was one last thing you could say to Hans, what would it be?
I would ask him if he knows how he makes people feel. I would make sure that he knows that he makes people feel really shitty, especially the people that he needs most, Marsha and the Woofers. Try and make him admit that he needs those people a lot more than he might want to recognize.
I would have said that he should have faced us when we told him that we were leaving. We told Marsha we were leaving, and she went to get him, and he wouldn't come down to, well, Clark actually, he wouldn't come down to talk to Clark. And I would have told him he needs to man up and listen to what he doesn't want to hear, so I would tell him that.